If you are hearing these words, it is not an accident. Life does not deal in chance. It deals in divine appointments. The very moment you pressed play, you aligned yourself with a message that has been calling to you long before today. For wealth, success, and abundance have been written into your destiny, and now the call has reached your ears. The universe is exact and unfailing. It moves people, circumstances, and events into place so that the right seed is planted at the right time. This is that seed. The million you are destined to hold already exists in the unseen, waiting for you to claim it. You do not need to chase it. You need only to align with it. You are not here to beg for wealth. You are here to command it, to affirm it, to speak it into the visible realm as though it were already yours. When you arrive at a moment in life that feels almost too perfect to be random, it is because it isn't random at all. The unseen hand of the universe is deliberate, precise, and unerring. You are not here by mistake. Out of the millions of possibilities and countless distractions that could have pulled you elsewhere, you have landed exactly where you need to be. This message did not wander through the chaos to find you. It was sent, aimed, and delivered with intention. There is a current that runs beneath the surface of life, carrying us toward the people, ideas, and opportunities that match our deepest needs. That current has been guiding you quietly, and today it has brought you to a truth that has been waiting for you. You are destined for abundance. Many imagine life as a series of accidental meetings and lucky breaks, but when you look deeper, you will see that nothing is left to chance. Every encounter, every delay, every detour was part of a pattern designed to shape your awareness until the moment you were ready to hear the call. You may think you stumbled upon this message, but it is the result of countless threads of cause and effect weaving together in perfect timing. In the divine design, there is no too early and no too late. This is the exact moment you were meant to awaken to the wealth and prosperity already written into your destiny. Destiny is not something you create from scratch, it is something you uncover. Like a treasure buried beneath the surface, your millionaire future has been there all along, waiting for you to clear away the dust of fear, doubt, and limitation. The message that has reached you now is not planting something foreign within you. It is watering a seed that was planted before you even knew it existed. And just as a seed does not sprout in the wrong season, you are hearing this in the precise season of your readiness. Consider how many times you have been nudged toward ideas of abundance, how often you have brushed up against the thought that you were meant for more. Those were not passing whims. They were quiet whispers from the universe, preparing you for this very moment. The fact that you are here, receiving these words, means that all the preparation has done its work. You are standing at the threshold where thought meets reality, where the vision of prosperity begins to take form in your life. So take this as your sign, your confirmation, your proof that the road ahead is paved with the gold of opportunity. Do not treat it as a coincidence to be shrugged off. Recognize it for what it is, an appointment kept by the universe on your behalf. When the right message finds you at the right time, it is the key that unlocks the door you have been standing in front of all along. Today, that door has opened. Wealth does not begin in the hands. It begins in the unseen, in that invisible field where ideas, intentions, and faith dwell before they take physical shape. Just because you cannot yet touch, it does not mean it does not exist. The fortune you are meant to hold is already alive and waiting in that higher realm, fully formed in potential, waiting for your permission to enter the visible. It is like a masterpiece hidden beneath a cloth already complete, but concealed until the moment you decide to reveal it. The unseen is where all creation begins, and it operates under laws that do not depend on effort, struggle, or force, but on alignment. Alignment is the act of tuning your thoughts, words, and emotions to the frequency of what you desire, much like tuning a radio to the right station. When you are in harmony with wealth, you do not need to chase it, you magnetize it. Chasing implies that it is running away from you, but in truth, your abundance is standing still, waiting for you to catch up to it vibrationally. Every thought of gratitude, Every word of affirmation, every vision of yourself already living in prosperity draws you closer to that point of alignment. When the inner picture matches the outer reality you seek, manifestation is inevitable. In this unseen realm, lack does not exist. Scarcity is a construct of the physical mind, not a law of the universe. Spirit operates on a principle of infinite supply. There is no shortage of wealth, no limit to the blessings available. The only thing that delays your reception of it is resistance, doubt, fear, and unworthiness. These are like clouds that block the sun. The sun does not stop shining. You have simply obscured it from your own view. The moment you dissolve those clouds with faith and certainty, the light of abundance floods your life. Understand this truth. Your unseen fortune is not out there, somewhere, belonging to someone else. It is already connected to you, tethered by the cord of your divine right. Just as a tree does not question whether it will bear fruit in its season, you must not question whether your wealth will arrive. It is the law of the unseen becoming seen. You cannot plant the seed and dig it up every day to check its progress. You must trust the process. So instead of exhausting yourself in endless pursuit, focus on becoming the kind of person who naturally holds wealth. Think the thoughts of a wealthy person. Speak the words of a wealthy person. Move through the world with the certainty of someone who knows that the unseen has already delivered the promise. The moment you live from that truth, the invisible will take shape around you, and the wealth that was always yours will finally step into view. Your words are not casual sounds drifting into the air. They are living forces, creative commands that shape the very fabric of your reality. Each time you speak, you set in motion currents in the unseen that either build or dismantle the life you desire. The universe does not distinguish between a joke, a complaint, or a declaration. It simply receives the vibration of your words and responds in kind. When you speak of lack, you confirm lack. When you speak of abundance, you confirm abundance. Words are seeds, and every seed will bring forth a harvest according to its kind. Many people unknowingly imprison themselves by repeating phrases of limitation. I can't afford it. Money never stays with me, and nothing ever works out. These statements become commands to the unseen, instructing it to make those conditions true. Each repetition deepens the groove of that reality until it feels unshakable. But this is only because they have been consistently affirming the wrong harvest. The soil of the mind is fertile and obedient. It will grow weeds as easily as it will grow flowers. The question is not whether your words have power. The question is whether you are using them to plant the life you want or the life you fear. Speaking of abundance opens the gates wide. Every time you declare, money flows to me freely, I am richly supplied, or all that I need comes to me now, you send a signal into the unseen that aligns with wealth. These declarations act as keys, unlocking doors that doubt and fear have kept closed. They set your mind in harmony with prosperity, making you alert to opportunities, drawing people and resources toward you as if by magnetic pull. Words shape perception, and perception shapes action. Once your words affirm abundance, you begin to see pathways where none seemed to exist before. It is not enough to speak these words mechanically. They must be spoken with feeling, as if the truth they carry is already established in your life. The emotional charge you give to your words is the energy that fuels their manifestation. Just as a seed requires sunlight and water to grow, your affirmations require faith and emotion to bear fruit. Empty, lifeless words will drift away without effect, but words spoken with conviction take root in the unseen and begin shaping circumstances in your favor. The beauty of this law is that you can change your harvest at any moment by changing your words. The past does not bind you when you speak differently about your future. Begin to notice every phrase you utter. Replace the language of lack with the language of plenty. Let every sentence be an open door for wealth to enter. Over time, your words will sculpt your reality into a reflection of the abundance you have been speaking, until the life you once described in faith becomes the life you now describe in gratitude. Faith is the invisible bridge between where you stand now and the abundance that awaits you. Without it, you remain on the shore, looking at the treasures across the water, but never daring to step forward. Doubt builds walls, faith builds paths. The moment you choose to believe, without needing to see every detail, you open the way for the unseen to arrange itself in your favor. Faith is not blind, it is the clearest vision you will ever have, because it sees beyond the present appearance into the certainty of what is already yours in the spirit. When you allow doubt to linger, you are in effect telling the universe that you do not trust its promise. This hesitation blocks the flow, like a kink in a hose that stops the water from passing through. You may have a dream, a vision, even a plan, but without faith, the current of abundance cannot reach you. Faith is the straight channel through which opportunities, ideas, and divine appointments flow effortlessly. It requires no straining, no frantic effort, only the calm knowing that the outcome is secure. Faith acts as a magnet. When you believe with unwavering certainty, you draw to yourself the very people, resources, and events needed to fulfill your vision. The mind, once convinced of a truth, begins to operate as if it were already accomplished. You make decisions differently, walk with more confidence, and attract attention in a way that opens new doors. The energy of faith communicates silently to the world, declaring, "I am ready," and the world responds in kind. The opposite is also true. Fear and uncertainty send out signals that push abundance away. When you second, guess, you delay. When you imagine failure, you invite it. Faith is not the absence of challenges. It is the refusal to be moved by them. It is the inner anchor that holds you steady when circumstances seem contrary. The seas may be rough, but faith keeps your ship on course until it reaches the harbor of fulfillment. Cultivating faith is a daily choice. It is built each time you refuse to speak of defeat and instead declare your desired outcome. It grows each time you act as though your goal is already realized, even when evidence has yet to appear. Faith sees the invisible, hears the unheard, and touches the untouchable. It does not beg, it claims. It does not hope vaguely, it knows specifically. When faith is present, manifestation is certain. There is no striving, no desperate grasping, only the serene assurance that all things are aligning perfectly. Faith allows you to rest inwardly even while you take action outwardly, because you understand that the promise of abundance is already kept. It is simply in the process of becoming visible. With faith as your guide, you no longer ask if wealth will come, but simply watch with gratitude as it arrives. You are not separate from the supply of the universe. You are part of it, as naturally and inseparably as a branch is part of a tree. The branch does not question whether it will receive sap. It does not beg the tree for nourishment. It simply allows the flow, knowing that the life force within the tree is the same life force within itself. In the same way, you are connected to the infinite supply of wealth, ideas, and opportunities. The flow is constant, generous, and unfailing, but it must be received without resistance. The illusion of separation is what causes most people to struggle. They believe wealth is out there, belonging to someone else, and that they must fight or compete to get it. This belief creates tension and blocks the natural stream of abundance. The truth is that you are already plugged into the source. Just as the sun does not decide who is worthy of its light, the universe does not withhold prosperity from some and lavish it upon others without reason. It simply flows to where it is welcomed and allowed. Welcoming abundance is not a matter of desperate striving. It is a matter of alignment and trust. When you think thoughts of lack, you pinch the flow, as if squeezing a hose until only a trickle comes through. But when you think thoughts of gratitude and plenty, you open the channel wide, allowing the full current of provision to pour into your life. The supply has never been the problem, our ability to receive it has. Receiving does not mean sitting idle, it means moving in harmony with the flow. Just as the branch extends into the sunlight, you must position yourself where abundance can reach you. This may mean taking inspired action, pursuing an idea, or stepping into a new opportunity. But these actions should feel natural in life, giving, not forced or frantic. When you are in sync with the source, doors open without strain, resources appear without endless struggle, and what you need comes at the right moment. This connection to the infinite is not something you earn. It is your divine inheritance. You were born into it, just as the branch is born into the tree. Your task is not to create the supply, but to remain open to it. This requires releasing fear, doubt, and the belief in limitation. You cannot receive freely while clinging tightly to worry. When you truly understand that you are part of the supply, you stop chasing wealth and begin attracting it. You stop asking how will it come, and start trusting that it will come in the perfect way and time. The flow is constant, abundant, and endless. Your only work is to keep yourself in the place where it can reach you fully. And when you do, the richness that has always been yours will pour into your life without measure. To act as if your desire is already fulfilled is to step into the reality you wish to create before it becomes visible. This is not pretending or wishful thinking. It is the conscious choice to align your behavior, thoughts, and emotions with the life you are calling forth. When you carry yourself as a millionaire in spirit, you send a powerful signal to the universe that you are ready to receive in form what you already possess in faith. The outer world always takes shape from the inner picture you hold. If that picture is one of abundance, confidence, and freedom, then your reality will begin to mold itself to match it. Living as though your wealth is already here changes everything about the way you move through life. Your decisions become bolder, your energy more magnetic, and your vision clearer. You begin to invest time, energy, and attention as someone who knows their future is secure, rather than as someone who fears loss or lack. This confidence naturally draws opportunities toward you, because people and circumstances respond to the certainty you project. The world reflects back to you the truth you embody, and when you embody wealth, you attract wealth. This way of living requires discipline of the mind. It means refusing to let current appearances dictate your sense of identity. Even if your bank account does not yet reflect the riches you envision, you maintain the mindset of someone who is richly supplied. You do not speak from desperation. You speak from gratitude. You do not act from fear. You act from knowing. The more consistently you hold this posture, the faster your outer life will shift to match it. Acting as if also reconditions your subconscious mind. The subconscious does not differentiate between reality and vividly imagined truth. It accepts whatever you impress upon it. When you walk, speak, and think as though your wealth is present now, your subconscious begins to reorganize your beliefs and habits to make that picture real. You will notice ideas coming to you, connections forming, and doors opening in ways that feel almost effortless. This is not luck, it is the natural outcome of alignment. The key is to sustain this inner and outer alignment even when circumstances seem to contradict it. The early stages of change often look like nothing is happening, but in the unseen, the foundations are being laid. By holding firm to the behavior and mindset of your future self, you allow the invisible to crystallize into form. Just as a sculptor continues chiseling before the final shape appears, you must continue acting from the truth you know rather than the conditions you see. In time, the gap between your inner millionaire and your outer life will close completely. What began as a decision to act in faith will become a daily reality. You will look around and see that the life you once lived in spirit is now the life you live in the physical, and it will feel as natural as breathing.